I've had Assassin's Creed 3 now for a week, and I've played it to death. I've played loads of it, but I've barely scratched the surface in the game. And I think it's time for me now to give my kind of first impressions and thoughts on the game. It's not going to be a full review because, as you know, I don't do my full reviews until I've completed the game, until I've experienced every bit of it. And yeah, I'm just going to give you my brief thoughts on it. So to kick it straight off, the storyline, I won't go into spoilers or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that. But the story carries on from Revelations, as you know, Desmond's story, that continues in this one, and it is Desmond's final game. That's not a spoiler, it was well publicised before the release of this game that this is Desmond's final game. So obviously we're going to be getting a conclusion to the story. We start off with, and this isn't a spoiler as well, you don't just play as Connor, who is the main assassin on the front cover. It is well documented again that there is a second character, but I will not tell you who that character is because that is a spoiler. But you do start off as this secondary character, and this is where you get a feel of the game. It kind of like a big, huge tutorial. That's kind of what it is. It took me about 5 hours to do this massive kind of chunk of game as this character, and that's like a small game in itself. So that showed me what I was in store for was such a huge game. I got a great feel of the character. I got a kind of I could see how it related to the story of Assassin's Creed. I'm finding it so hard here to try and keep back the spoilers, but I will. And yeah, I got a good feel of Boston. Boston is the kind of, Boston and New York are the main two cities in the game. And obviously, you know the story about it's the whole American Revolution thing and the fight against the British, everything like that. That's the current setting of this Assassin's Creed game. And I thought it was, I think it's a brilliant kind of improvement from the old game so far. This, there's a strong focus as well on kind of woodland area, because between Boston and New York and everything, it's kind of joined together by a huge kind of woodland landscape. That there's mountains, there's rivers and streams and little villages, and it's all dominated by trees. And that's the thing about this game, is the kind of tree life and wildlife and everything like that. And you get a really it's hard to explain about the atmosphere in this game, because I find myself just walking around the environment, just having a look around, and I've never really done that in a game before, and it may seem quite sad, but yeah, I kind of just like to walk around and see the environment, see the trees and the river and all the weather and everything. I've never seen such like a nice looking game, and it's really kind of shocked me how nice it looks. But moving on to the assassin now, Connor. That's finally I can stop talking about spoiler zones. Connor is a brilliant kind of character. I really like him so far. He's very similar to well, he's not actually. He's similar to Ezio in the way of kind of how he feels, how he runs, how he kind of attacks and stuff like that. But he's a different character in his whole self. He's got his own backstory, which you learn in the beginning of the game. You go through Connor's whole life in this game. As I said, I haven't completed it, so I don't know what's happening further on in the game. But you start off as a young Connor, and you grow throughout the sequences in the game. And I really liked this aspect. I like the way you get to see his whole life, so you get a bit more of an understanding of the character. I think that's really good. I'll talk about gameplay now, so I can stop getting around spoiler zones. The gameplay is fantastic. It's much more kind of fluid than old Assassin's Creed games. The running is much more kind of, it's hard to explain, but it's really realistic. If you suddenly turn a corner, the character won't just suddenly start running that way. He'll actually turn and run instead of kind of just going that way, which is really good. It's nice fluid movements. Little things like if you run past a tree, he'll put his hand on it to move it out of the way. Just little things like that I'm really enjoying. I think the way that they've used trees as opposed to buildings now is a brilliant addition. I love the kind of climbing trees aspect of the game. It's really cool, and it's really fluid as well. There's always another tree next to another one, which means you can fully just go free running through the trees, which is really cool. A big main feature in this game that I'm loving is hunting. There's a lot of animals in this game, in the wildlife, in the wild, sorry, and there's lots you could do with this. There's not just kind of kill an animal and skin it. You can set up little traps and snares. You can throw bait on the floor to lure animals closer to you, things like that. You can get some proper in-depth hunting going on, and you can lose yourself for a couple of hours doing it. I've done it myself. I've just lost myself just hunting in the wild when I'm supposed to be doing missions. So that, I think that's a really great kind of part of the game. It's going to keep me coming back, and it's going to make the experience longer for me because it's postponing me doing those missions. The whole environment is huge. I'm still finding new areas everywhere I go. I'm finding somewhere else that I haven't been, which is really good. That's going to keep me coming back, looking for collectibles and stuff like that. Combat is brilliant in this game. They've got a kind of new system now where it's a bit simpler to kind of counter enemies and then attack them. There's lots of new little features as well, that you can use human shields now as well. If an enemy's about to shoot you, you can grab an enemy quickly and use them as a human shield, which is really cool. A nice little feature. I think they've taken inspiration from the Batman games for the combat in this game, because it's perfectly free flowing, and when an enemy is about to hit you, you get a warning sign like above their head, and then that gives you a chance to kind of press a button and counter that enemy and then kill them. So it's really good. It really works. I think the Batman games have kind of set a benchmark for combat systems in future games, and I think it works really well and everything. I remember I said in my Sleeping Dogs review that they used it, and now Assassin's Creed has integrated it as well, and it works really well. I'm loving this game, and I can't wait to get on playing it more. I'm on about 6 now, I think 6 or 7. I'm still in Connor's early life cycle. I've only just got the hidden blades, and so I know I've got a lot more to do. I know some people have completed it already, but I like to take my time with games. Like I said, I like to lose myself in the hunting and the environment, so it's going to take me a while to complete, but when I will, I'll give you my full review. But first impressions, I'm loving this game. I'm not going to say it's my favourite Assassin's Creed game just yet, because I've got a strong love for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and it's going to take a lot to knock Brotherhood off its pedestal, but you never know, it could get it for me, because I'm not going to say anything until I've completed it, like I said, because I know I'm still so early in the game. But I'm loving it. Multiplayer is good fun as well, it's worth checking out. But yeah, Assassin's Creed 3 is a brilliant game so far, and look out for my review in the future. So drop down in the comments what you think of it so far, and I'd love to read through those. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.